Hey everyone, YGO Thinking Space here. I just wanted to go over some gameplay footage in the OCG, specifically this one between Sky Strikers and Unchained. This comes from the YouTube channel, Colorful channel, at colorful_YP if you wanted to look it up. It's just a lot of raw gameplay footage in the OCG, and all of the games featured are between meta-relevant decks, or if not really interesting, strong rogue decks as well. As you can see, lots of content. If you've run out of DB Grinder videos to look at, definitely give this one a shot. So let's get into it. The play happens in this game. So this is game one between Sky Strikers and Unchained. Unchained went first, and during their combo, the Sky Striker player tried to Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring their Fiendsmith Requiem, which got hit by a Cold by the Grave. And at the end of the turn, the Unchained player was able to establish an Abao, an Unchained Soul of Rage, and a DDD Wave Hiking Caesar. Underneath the Caesar is a Shavara, and in the graveyard, there's no real interruptions, but after detaching the Shavara, they can get back the Abominable Chamber of the Unchained, which is their Reborn spell. Reborn / Special Summon from hand. So that's what they're ending on. The Sky Striker player's hand is, now minus the Ash Blossom, is Sky Striker Ace Ray, Rose, Forbidden Droplet, and 2 Upstart Goblins, and 1 Upstart Goblin. They actually here, as they draw for turn, they draw into the second Upstart Goblin here. So obviously, as you play this out, the only real play the Sky Striker player can make is to activate an Upstart Goblin to see what they can draw into. And I think it might be a bit hard to see what they draw into here, but from this specific angle, it looks like they drew into an Engage. He fans out his hand later on, and you'll see all the cards, but I'm pretty sure that's an Engage that he draws into. And quite unfortunately, immediately after drawing, he gets hit with a Droll and Lockbird. So now the Sky Striker player is working with a Ray, Rose, Droplet, Upstart Goblin, and an Engage, which is pretty scary, all things considered. But what you're about to see is just the sheer skill ceiling of this deck, and how, despite being under a Droll and Lockbird, one of the probably the worst hand trap, the most threatening hand trap to use against strikers, and despite that, they're actually able to break this board and probably turn it into an advantage. So let's see what they do here. Actually, I'm just going to pause right here. I think given that you're under Droll, there really is one line that you can make, but I would like to encourage you to just pause the video right here. Put down in the comments what you think would be the line to break this board. And once you're done, let's play out the video. Let's see if your answer matches what this player did. So we're just gonna play it out. So first line of action after a bunch of thinking. So he's got a normal summon Ray. The Unchained player isn't going to interact with the Ray normal summon here, because he can obviously just chain it to summon something else and then dodge the interaction. So he lets it play out. And you're going to see the Sky Striker player go to link off the Ray into a Hayate. And in this point, there is an opportunity for them to interact, but once again, even if they do, that's going to mean a link monster is going to leave the field by an opponent's card effect, and then they're also going to be able to just reborn the Ray again. But what you'll see happen very soon is he's going to do it anyway, just to bait the interaction, knowing that under Droll there's not a lot that a Sky Striker player can do. And then he's going to immediately hit them with a Forbidden Droplet for 3. He discards here the Rose, the Upstart Goblin, and the Engage. So a monster and spells. So this is going to go through, and he's going to negate all these 3 cards, because there's no way he can chain anything to dodge the interaction. So I'm just going to skip ahead here. And as you can see, that's all the cards that he's working with. So he's eventually going to enter the battle phase. Okay, so now the Sky Striker player enters the battle phase, and what you'll see him do is he's going to use the Hayate to hit the Abaoku, which is in the extra monster zone, very noticeably. And with the Hayate, He just put the Bao back because he wants to resolve Hayate's effect and damage calculation, just following the correct procedure here. So with the Hayate, what do you think he's going to send? He's going to actually send one Lemnis Gate here, and you're going to see why. I thought this was amazing when I just saw how things went out. So the Baoku dies because its attack was halved from the Forbidden Droplet, and upon dying, the Rose is going to activate in Graveyard to summon itself. And now, because a Sky Striker monster was summoned, he's going to use Lemnis Gate's Graveyard effect to banish itself from Graveyard to perform a link summon in the battle phase. He's going to link the Sky Striker Ace Hayate and Rose to summon a Sky Striker Ace equals 0. And just really quickly, the Unchained player wanted to change a Lemnis Gate to detach the Shavara so he could set the Abominable Chamber from the graveyard. Okay, and now you're going to see the Sky Striker player attack the Caesar with the 0. And then after destroying the Caesar, he's going to use 0's second effect to tag out back into Ray and Rose again. And destroy the Unchained Soul of Rage. And now he's got 2 more attacks. So he's going to be able to attack with Rose, and then he's going to be attack with Ray, and then he can tag out Ray into a Kagari. With the Kagari, he's going to add back and engage for follow-up on the next turn, and then he attacks for Kagari. So there's no life points being shown here, but let's just calculate how much damage he's been able to deal so far. Okay, so let's just calculate it real quick. So you have the Hayato with 1500 against the Bao 28 that was halved. So he attacked over for... So he would have attacked... So Hayate would have attacked over the Bao for 100. And then tagging into 0 to attack over the Caesar. So that's 2000 over 14. So that's plus 600. And then he destroyed the Unchained Soul of Rage. So then he attacks for 15 with 0, 15 with Kagari, and then with 3 spells in the graveyard, he's attacking over with an 1800 Kagari. So he's done 5500 damage so far. And then after this, just to finish off his turn, he's going to, in main phase 2, a SP Little Knight to banish the trap card to get rid of the follow-up on his turn. So leaving the Unchained player with just 2 cards left in hand. So he's hoping to try to just last for one more turn against his 2 cards, but you'll eventually see that the Unchained player is going to have too much gas. And unfortunately for him, the Sky Striker player is just going to end up losing the game anyways, despite an amazing push on his turn. So that's all I wanted to cover. Unfortunately, the Sky Striker player did lose, but I think what he displayed there with Sky Strikers in the battle phase, being able to clear that board, I just thought that was really cool. I wanted to show that off. I think that just in the last play, I would say if he had just gone into 0 instead, he might have been able to live, but still don't know. Like the Unchained deck is able to accomplish so much in a single turn, and you have so much gas. So, but anyway, that's it. That's all I wanted to show. Thanks for watching. All right, bye.